We've been working on this project for a little over 5 years, maybe pushing 6. And it's really exciting for, I think, everyone that's been involved in this. 7 years ago, the Wyoming Game and Fish Department and I kind of identified this bank above and below the bridge here as being an issue. This bank has been an issue for a long time. It's been contributing about 1,600 tons of sediment to this river every year. That means that it's eroding that much. That's like 100 dump truck loads a year into the Green River and into Flaming Gorge. So that's one of the issues that we're trying to address. One of the other issues that we're trying to address is just fish habitat, and then also just making a good part of the river for everybody here in town.
I'm John Freeman. I'm the chairman of the Green River Greenbelt Task Force. We started the Greenbelt Task Force 31 years ago. We're real excited about this TU project to stabilize the bank in FMC Park and next to the Scotts Bottom Nature Area. When we started the Greenbelt Task Force, from this parking lot we put a trail that went over to the Scotts Bottom Nature Area Pavilion. It was probably the most used trail that we put in besides the paved ones. The contractor was told to put a 10-foot wide crushed asphalt trail in, and to have 15 feet, a minimum of 15 feet between the edge of the trail and the river. Most of that trail is gone. The river comes around under the bridge, hits this bank, and this keeps going down, and basically we've created islands and passageways on the other side. What this project will do is it'll stabilize this bank, and at the bottom of it put in a culvert to where that we can put water into the lower areas of Scotts Bottom to help the trees maintain and grow and hopefully flourish.
I'm Dave Kimball, and I work for U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, and I share an office with Nick. And when I moved over 3 years ago, he said I could share an office, but I had to help with the project. I think we were involved a little before then, but yeah, it's been a really good project to work on. And some of the people that live here and spend time down here, you're gonna know a lot of this, but you know, there's that side channel that goes over there, and there's a lot of wetland values to that side channel. Fish use it too, but you know, some of this project is we kind of got funding more in the name of wetlands for some of the funding, and there's a couple great things about stabilizing this bank and preventing there's always going to be a gravel bar on that side, but as far as it's not going to keep advancing as much as it is, because as that gravel bar is advancing, it's kind of gradually cutting this side channel, and then there's another more seasonal temporary side channel that you can't see on the other side there, that one's getting cut off even more. Those rock barbs that he talked about push the main force of the channel out that direction, so it'll provide more connection there, especially up there where we harvest some of that gravel out of that bar. We'll provide more connection there, and just kind of maintain that, because the way it's headed now, if nothing happens, if we never did anything, that probably would go away eventually.
there's a couple techniques that we're using to address this erosion issues. The first one is just kind of hardened riprap stuff, and I think everybody's seen that. That's these larger boulders, and they're going to be sitting on the bank. And that's mainly going right around the bridge, just downstream, a couple hundred feet. From that point, about 400 feet down is going to be a really unique technique. It's called tow wood, and that's what all these logs are for. They're really great for fish habitat. They act kind of like riprap in stabilization. A lot of the log you see right now is going to be buried. So there's going to be 30 feet or so of that log is going to be buried. The only part that's going to be sticking out is kind of the root mass. And that's what we need. That's what creates the fish habitat and the roughness needed to stabilize the bank. A lot of the river is going to be moved out. So this bank itself, we're gonna fill in a bunch and move the river out, and then take the point bar that's across the river and kind of use that as fill to fill in this big hole here. The other technique is this boulder mini vein, and essentially what those do is, instead of having to do tow wood all the way down, which is expensive as you can imagine, we're essentially building a large wing wall into the river to divert the flow back into the center of the river and take the pressure off the bank. So it's at an angle. The highest point of these is going to be up on the bank. A low point's going to be in the river. So as the stream moves across it, it's going to be pushed back into the center of the river. And then along with that, the bank will be sloped back. Instead of being a sheer drop, just a vertical drop into the river, it'll be a nice sloping bank where we can actually vegetate it and plant, riparian plants and things like that.
We want to thank Trout Unlimited and all the organizations that have come together for this project here. Conservation isn't a single entity, it's not a single individual, it's a group of people that come together, see a resource that has need, and work together to find solutions that benefit wildlife, humans. Thing about water, thing about wetlands is 900 species of animals rely on it, including humans. So it behooves us to really take care of this resource. So we want to say thank you from the Ducks Unlimited family to everybody who helped support this, and the friends at Trout Unlimited, and thank you for your support of conservation.